Hi, and welcome. So, like a week or two ago, I said that I will do a comic book movie casting, in my opinion. But also, I will do a worst comic book movie casting, in my opinion. Okay, so this will be so this I will do a two separate videos. One for best comic book movie casting, in my opinion. That'll be for this video. And then a day or two later, I will do worst comic book movie casting, in my opinion. Okay. So if you want to go ahead and tell me you think, in your opinion, the best comic book movie casting. Okay. Whether it be the top 5 or the top 10, or how many you think is the best comic book movie casting. And if you want to go ahead, go a little further and tell me what you think is the worst comic book movie casting. Okay? But I'm going to split those up in two separate videos. One for the best comic book movie casting, and another video for the worst comic book movie casting. Okay? So this is of the actor that I think that played the role so good that it would be hard for any other actor do what that actor did for that comic book character. Okay, and I wrote some down on a piece of paper so I won't forget. Okay, um, so okay, so the first one I think of is Hugh Jackman and Logan, that Wolverine. Okay, I grew up with him in my childhood in the X-Men franchise. Okay, it'd be hard. Okay, um, okay, and that's why they brought him back in Deadpool Wolverine. Okay, um, yeah. Okay, so that's probably one of the more iconic portrayals. Another thing I read that they asked him to play James Bond, and I think he turned it down because he said that he's filming a X-Men movie. At the same time, they asked him to play James Bond. I think Hugh Jackman would been a good handsome and play a good James Bond. Okay, but but if he would play James Bond, then we would never got a good Logan / Wolverine. Okay, and this is one of the best uh, comic book movies of all time. And I saw it 3 times in a row when it came out. Okay. Um, Another one, a Michael Keaton, okay, as Batman, that Bruce Wayne, okay. Okay. So what is Bruce Wayne Howard? Okay, is it money, being smart, or gadgets? Okay, but I always like Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne. I wish he did 1 or 2 more Batman movies. Okay, I always like him and Adam West as Batman. Michael Keaton is my favorite. Okay, another one is Christopher Reeve as Superman. Okay, um, okay. It's just that if I want to get into Superman, I want Christopher Reeve as Superman. Now there is an exception to that. If I want to if I want to know about his origin, his family, then I watch Smallville. Okay. Um, Now I know this is a TV show, but I would say Tom Welling is a good cast as Clark Kent. John, John Schneider, good as Jonathan Kent. Okay? Um, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, okay? So he one of the reason why I fell in love with the MCU, okay? Okay? Um, Now, not all the movies that he was in are good. Some of the movies that he was in are kind of like crap, like Thor: Love and Thunder. Yeah, okay. And then some of the movies that he was in are good, like Infinity War, Endgame, and Thor: Ragnarok. Okay. Um, okay. And okay. Um, Another good cast is um, Chris Evans as Steve Rogers / Captain America. Okay. And I think they should never done have nobody else play Captain America other than Chris Evans. Just I was reading people bad mouthing him. So oh he can't play somebody else, another superhero because he always played a superhero. Johnny Storm and Fantastic Four. And what happened? He he became more famous as Captain America than he was Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. Okay, and he did a better job at Captain America than he did uh, the Human Torch. Okay, another great casting is Tony Stark, Iron Man. Okay, uh, played by Robert Downey Jr. Okay, I wish that they would set up the Doctor Doom, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom better. I wish they would set it up like they did with Thanos, like Thanos being like 3 or 4 MCU movies before he was in Doomsday. So we'll see how Doomsday turned out. Okay. Um, this is probably one of the biggest ones. Spider-Man, played by Tobey Maguire, and okay, the first two Spider-Man movies. Um, it's some of my favorite comic book movies of all time, and uh, it's some of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's some of the great comic book movies of all time. I think third one and underrated. It gets a little overhated. I rather watch Spider-Man 3 than Thor: Love and Thunder or Black Widow. Okay, so Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, perfect. Okay, I would love to see him in Doomsday and Secret Wars. Okay, now, who else? J.K. Simmons as Jordan Jameson, fantastic. He's funny. Okay, if you want to know people that really hate Spider-Man 3, then you got to love J. Jonah Jameson and you know J.K. Simmons and J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man 3. He was funny in Spider-Man 3. He was funny in all 3 Spider-Man movies. Okay, and that's why they brought him back in one of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. I forgot which one it is. I think he's the second or third one. Okay. Um. Okay. Who else I wrote down? Oh yeah, William Dafoe as Green Goblin. Okay. He was so good that they brought him back in No Way Home. Okay. One of the best villain casting of all time. Okay. He's perfect. Okay. who else? Patrick Stewart and Charlie Xavier. Okay. Um, I think they said they're gonna bring him back and Charlie Xavier and Doomsday. So he was perfect. Okay. In the X-Men franchise, I grew up with him, and he was in Logan. He was sad when he died in Logan. Okay. He was fantastic. Another great casting is Ian McKinley and Eric Lensher and Magneto. Okay. Um, okay. He was good in Lord of the Rings, but fantastic. Okay. I like to see him back. I think they said that he gonna come back in Doomsday. I just hope Doomsday is not just nostalgia based, like No Way Home was. But okay, so that's just another great casting, in my opinion. Okay, um, okay, um, Heath Ledger as the Joker from The Dark Knight. Okay, be honest, I'm not a really big fan of Christian Bale as Batman, and I like Adam West and Michael Keaton better. But the best part about The Dark Knight is Heath Ledger. Okay. Um, okay. Now, who else I wrote down? Alfred Molina and Otto Octavius / Dr. Octopus. Okay. Fantastic in Spider-Man 2. One of the greatest sequels of all time. Up there with Empire Strikes Back. Love the Train Fight. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Um, so, I might forget somebody else, but those are the ones that I think of are like the greatest. Okay. Um, and so let me know what you think is the greatest or the best comic book movie casting in your opinion. And thank you. In a day or two, I'll do the worst movie casting. Thank you, and God bless you.